Today I will discuss on the provision for doubtful debt, how it is maintained. You know, when there is a bad debt in accounts, then to write off bad debt, the entry we pass bad debt account debit to sundry debtors account. Suppose bad debt is 2000. Now there are two ways to treat this bad debt. The simple way I will show you that second entry to close bad debt. Just profit and loss account debit to bad debt account 2000. This is the simple way to do the sum on bad debt. And the third entry will be passed based on this ledger account. This is provision for doubtful debt account. The doubtful debt account already, suppose, is having an opening balance. That is on 1/1, it has a balance, by balance brought down, suppose 2500. And it is given in the sum that 5% on closing debtors, a provision to be maintained for doubtful debt. In that case, suppose on 31st December, to balance CD, 5% is, suppose 1500 is calculated. It was the opening balance, it is the opening balance, and it is the closing balance. The difference will go straight to the PL account. That is, this difference is on 31st December date will be here to PL account. This is the simplest way. 2500 minus 1500, that is 1000 is the difference. It is the balancing figure, that is provision for doubtful debt debit to PL account. Here entry will be provision for doubtful debt account debit to PL account. The difference in provision for doubtful debt is transferred to the PL account. The narration will be. This is the simple way I will tell that please follow this method for doing any complicated sum on bad debt. Simply again I am explaining, opening balance you will write down, by balance brought down, closing balance you will write down, to balance correct down. Difference will go to the PL account. And bad debt you transfer to the PL account directly, because you know bad debt is an operating expense, it is a cost, or it is a charge against profit of the business. Therefore, bad debt is to be charged to the profit and loss account of the current accounting year. Here there is no complication, but there is another alternative way for treatment of provision for doubtful debt account and bad debt. That alternative way I am showing you now. See, to close bad debt, previously I have done PL account debit to bad debt. Now I am doing provision for doubtful debt account debit to bad debt. It is how much? 2000. Now provision for doubtful debt account again I am doing. Suppose it has an opening balance, by balance brought down. In the previous example I had given 2500. 2000 is bad debt that I can charge during the year. Bad debt is to bad debt account 2000, and closing provision for doubtful debt to balance CD. I had written in the last example 1500. Suppose it is given in the sum 5% to be maintained on closing debtors for provision for doubtful debt. Then closing balance is this. Again I am telling, it is the opening balance. It is the opening balance. This is the closing balance, and this is the bad debt charge during the year 2000. Then the difference will go to the P&L account. Here it is coming 3500. Here it is coming 3500. Here it is 1000. That is by P&L account. By P&L account 1000. Balancing figure. Date will be 31st December. Then again, journal will come, P&L account debit to provision for doubtful debt. P&L account debit to provision for doubtful debt account 1000. See, in the previous example, I charged bad debt to the P&L account. Here I am charging bad debt to the provision for doubtful debt account. You know, provision for doubtful debt account, this was maintained for safeguarding the future bad debt. This is more scientific you can think. In that case, bad debt to be charged to the provision for doubtful debt. The thing you have to keep in mind, you had provision 2500, but more than 2500 you cannot charge. If it would be suppose 3000, then up to 2500 you could charge here, and 500 you would have to charge to the P&L account directly. That is the point you have to keep in mind under this method. Otherwise, this method is also okay. These two methods have shown you for treatment of bad debt and doubtful debt, and this you have to anyone you can show in your books of account, and how the debtors position will be in the balance sheet I am showing you. I am erasing this portion. One balance sheet I am showing you. See, if we make a balance sheet, includes liability side, asset side, sundry debtors you will write, less bad debt you will write here, and generally what we do, provision for doubtful debt we deduct from here, but theoretically it is not right. Provision for doubtful debt we will write on the liability side because it is a fund. Because it is a fund. This should be the picture in the balance sheet in both the cases. Thank you.